Hey Cacher, Derek here, Baker 6 Clan. Today we're going to be building a smart light gadget cache, but there is no coding involved. Let's get started. Alright, so now you're probably asking yourself, how are you going to make a smart light cache without any coding? Well, it comes down to this keypad. And Chad, or Bounce Bounce, shared this keypad with me. And what it is, if you don't want to have like an LCD screen and that aspect of it, you can use this keypad. Now, one thing about this keypad is that it does come with a type of latch system. So you end up putting a code into this and it releases the latch so you can open up a door. Well, I thought, I could simply make a keypad that opens up a door, which would be fun, and you have to figure out that code. But I wanted to create something a little bit different. And I really do like the cache dispense system, and I was trying to figure out how would I make a cache using this type of latch like a cache dispensing system. So what I've come up with is that I have a 2-inch PVC. I also have 1 1/4 inch PVC, and then I have 2 of the 1 1/4 inch PVC caps. Now what I did find out is that if you put the cap on this 1 1/4 PVC, it fits really nicely inside of this 2-inch PVC, and it doesn't have a lot of give in it. So what my plan is to take this latch and be able to mount it onto this 2-inch PVC in some way. Now, granted, this is my first attempt at this, so this may be really awesome or it may really fail. So stay tuned and let's see how this actually works. Alright, so now I got the PVC cut, I got the hole here for the latch to go into, and then I also have the inner PVC cut. Now there is some modifications that I'm going to have to do to this, but I'll get to that here in just a minute. So now with this here, this just fits nicely up here, and with the latch itself, it fits in there, and it's not going to come out. Well, unless I move this out of the way, then it's going to come out. And that's something that I want to make a modification to on this. I don't want this to come all the way out of the tube itself and it just be loose, and you have to open up one of the end caps to get to the cache. Now I want these end caps kind of glued into place, because if you, for some reason, you can get up here and get one of these end caps off, you can get the cache without ever having to do the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1/4 inch bolt, and I'm actually going to secure it through the top of this cap, and then I'm going to take this pipe here and I'm going to route it on each side, so this will actually slide through the sides of it, and I'm not going to route it all the way down, so that way it will actually stop inside here and you won't be able to get access to it. And then the other thing I'm going to do on this pipe is I'm going to cut out a section of where you'll be able to reach in and get the preform itself. So that's the next set of modifications that I'm going to do on these pipes, and it's going to get kind of messy because I'm going to be using my Dremel, and things are going to be going all over the place, and I'm going to be using my router on this pipe. So let's get that going. Wow, let me tell you, cutting PVC with a Dremel and with a router gets a little messy. I have PVC bits all over me, and I'm going to be losing this hoodie here shortly because it's getting all over the place. But it is all cut out now, and when you drop it, it will not come all the way out. And I've also put the bolt in there with some acorn nuts, so it'll hold that in place. Now I have not completely secured. I'll put some Loctite once I get everything into place to make sure that everything's dropping the way I want it to. But when it comes out, of course, I've also cut the slot here now for the log book itself, so the log will fit in there right nicely, and then that'll slide up, and where the latch will go will be right there. So it's got a little bit of give and it's not going to come out of the top now. But so that's what I need to come in and do now, as I need to come in and make the housing around here so that latch will be able to mount in place, so actually hold this in place, so it will be able to, when you type in the code, it'll drop down with the logbook itself. So let's get that housing built. All right, so I've got it all kind of put together, and it's very crude right now because I need your help with something, and I'll get to that here in a minute, but I want to show you how this works. So I've got my keypad in here, and I'm just going to use the standard code that came with it for right now until I program it. Now, when you program this code, it can be anywhere from 4 up to 10 numbers. So you can make this as difficult as you want, so let's go ahead and enter in the code and get the cache logged out. Hit the green button, it drops, I can get to the log, sign it, put it back, it resets, I just push it back up and it locks back in place. And it's in there really good, so it's not gonna come out. Now, the part that I need your help with is this keypad runs off of batteries. However, if the batteries go bad or you need maintenance, it has a USB plug in under here that you can bring a power cell and plug it in there, and then it gives the power to it so you can enter in the code to drop the cache out again or to get into it. So my question for you is, should I make this where the batteries are already installed and then I have to come back and just do maintenance on the batteries? Or should I require the finder to bring a power cell with a USB to plug it in to power the latch itself to get that out, which would require less maintenance? So I want to hear from you. So leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, the actual keypad itself, I have a link down there in the description below as well, so you can check that out, and that is an affiliate link. So if you end up getting one, it will help out the channel so that we can continue doing builds like this. Now next week, after I hear from you guys, I'm going to actually come back in and I'm going to put this into a birdhouse the way it's going to actually look. But I want to know from you, should I require the finder to bring a power supply, or should I have the batteries already installed into it and I do the maintenance on it? I want to hear from you. Once again, leave that comment down below and let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this today, and let me know down in the comments, but don't go anywhere. Go check out another one of these videos just right over here and find the story behind the cache.